time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in NRL SuperCoach are incoming. Bringing you the ultimate insight to help you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight NRL Show with your hosts, Brain, Mattrix, and Whisperer.
G'day everybody, welcome back to the Insight NRL Show, round 21, done and dusted. That is we've got 6 more rounds to go, boys. Bit of a mixed bag across the week, but funnily enough, we all landed within 6 points of each other, so we could see a live update of the Clown and the Crown. Every chance of it happening, I think. There's a bit to swing both ways. Matty, how was your weekend, mate? 1273, still pretty respectable score in the end.
Yeah, I just felt like I was flying, knowing, you know, who you guys captained and who I captained, and yeah, they just kind of shut the bed a bit. Gee, I wish Josh didn't buy Jaden Campbell after bitching about him since he fucking bought him. But I was playing Madden with Josh while the game was on. He's like, "Fuck, I hate Jaden Campbell. Fuck, I hate Jaden Campbell." And then he turned into the real JC. But yeah, no, 1273. Pretty stoked. Should see some green arrows from where I'm sitting, just outside the 10K. So think it'll move me into the 10K.
Yeah, nice. Very good, Josh. 1273, we've got the first time ever in Insight podcast history, we've got a tie for the Clown, which means either both of you have to wear it or neither. So I'll let you guys make that call.
No losers. Only second places.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you read the Olympic medals, it never says 3. It'll just say 1 and then 2 number 2. So I'm happy with that.
How's your week?
Yeah, it's fine. Debated looping and Dylan Edwards 96. Just thought it wasn't enough. If I knew Cleary was kicking, I would have vice captained him. But Ivan told us some porkies, which cost me the better part of 70 points, which is not ideal. But yeah, a couple of big scores and a couple of sort of middling tier ones, and yeah, 2 really poor ones. So it is what it is. Looking at live ranks, I'll be up just nearly inside the top 6K, which is quite nice. You know, we'll push for probably 2.5, 3. But yeah, more injuries, more season-ending injuries, mate. You were the beneficiary, or not even the beneficiary, the recipient of a couple of those. How'd you go?
Yeah, no, I did all right. Thankfully, the live chat determined me saving a trade this week and not going Hamoli. After I probably would have done it, but I said I'd honour the live chat's trade-in advice, and that was to get Hudson Young. So he got 91 pre-updates. Interesting to see what he's the determining factor between whether I get the Crown or the Clown this week, I think. But yeah, look, I mean, I feel like my team actually did okay for the most part. I'm actually pretty happy with what I saw this week, considering the Nicho Hynes captain sunk me. So much so that I thought I'm going to go and do a little bit of digging on this year and have a look at every captain that I've done this year, because I feel like I haven't really maximised my captain choices this year. So I went and had a look, and I've had only 6 out of 21 captains go over 100 this year, which is not ideal. My captaincy average for this year is 82.6, but get this. Drinky as captain, I've had him 3 times as captain, averages 133 when I chuck the orange armband on him, or loop him. And Nicho, I've gone with Nicho 3 times, and he averages 55.6 when I captained him. So absolute fraud territory there. We know who the number 1 is, and it's Drinky for sure. But yeah, look, I'm not going to complain. It wasn't too bad of a week. I thought I was in for a stinker when we captained Nicho. Josh, we were playing 2K when Nicho was playing, and there was a lot of raging going on to a point where we were playing 3s in Pro-Am, and we weren't even concentrating on the actual game of 2K because we were too angry at Nicho getting cucked.
Yeah, no, we were getting cooked. Belinda Sharp, definitely not a Nicho owner. I think, yeah, you said, because you're a Ronaldo owner, there was 2 forward passes. There was a forward pass to, I think, Burns from Nicho, and then there was one from Nicho to Ramian, which cost you, probably 120 total points, which just brutal.
Tough.
Absolutely brutal.
Yeah, very tough. And then Ronnie obviously getting called back as well, going over for his second try in the corner. So yeah, look, I reckon we'll talk about that game a little bit later. You know,
and Nicho held up over the line as well. Like, it was just cursed.
Yeah, just one of those games, wasn't it? But yeah, it's not too bad. I think we kind of got away with it a little bit with our scores. I feel like it's really condensed, Matty. This whole weekend, I'm seeing scores from between probably 1,200 to 1,380. What do you think par would be this week?
Oh, probably 12. Oh, I mean, maybe 1250 in like really good leagues, but I'm seeing lots of like 1140s and stuff like that from some other people like captaining like Nico and some guys like that. So yeah, realistically, thanks, Hammer. Realistically, I think par's probably 1220, 1230. I think we've scored above par.
I reckon we're just on. I don't know whether we're going to be moving too much. You will probably, maybe Josh and I a tiny bit less, but I feel like maybe 1250 to 1275 is par this week. I'm just looking, so I'll put a poll up in the live chat, and 95% of people scored between 1,200 and 1,400 this week.
I think if you scored 1150, you're disappointed. I think if you scored 1250, you'll take it. So that probably shows you where it's at.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's have a chat about this week, hey? I guess, when we're looking at scoring, I think I went and had a look. There was 23 90-plus scores this weekend, and I had to go all the way back to round 17 so we haven't seen that many high scores in over a month of footy. So, there were some scores, or some decent scores floating around, I guess. Let's talk about the Roosters and the Storm, the first of all. 64 points in a game with the Storm and the Roosters, I didn't think was going to happen, Josh. What do you put that down to? Do you think it's... I mean, both sides have been kind of leaky defensively, I guess, this year?
I mean, there was 4 players out of the 8. First choice spine also out. Cam Bradley late inclusion. Ethan King second game. So, yeah, I just think a lot of disjointed. Obviously, Jerome Hughes missed the second half. Sanders Smith missed pretty much the entire game. So, yeah, fair bit of movement around, but yeah, the big talking point, Jerome Hughes season or Supercoach season over, did a shoulder, which is I mean it helps when Cleary goes for 120 and is goal kicking again, so it makes the trade nice and easy, but it's a trade that people probably didn't need to be making, especially at this point of the season.
100%, not good at all, Matty. I guess when you see an injury like that, I know people are going to have to trade him out because it's, I think, 6 weeks plus. But, it just goes to show you, doesn't it, with Hamoli going down as well, with these shoulder dislocations, there's just so much risk around these guys just going and copping a bad bump in a tackle, and that's their season done.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a rough couple of weeks for very highly owned Supercoach players, but, hopefully you've saved a few for this exact reason, despite us all having... I suppose a lot of us already have our goal teams. Hopefully you can go 1 for 1 and get to somebody you really like. I think Cleary is the obvious choice. Unless you fade the second halfback, I see a couple people saying, if I've already got Cleary, who? I mean, no one? Like
Jamal Fogarty?
Yeah, I was going to say Fogarty's like...
Yeah. Do you need 2 halfbacks? No. They've been unreal. That's where I sit with it over Fog.
If you didn't have Nico and you've already got Cleary and you had Cleary Hughes, would you be tempted to go with Nico with the draw, or is this weekend the last straw where you go, I don't have faith in him? Because 2 weeks ago we said he's the best halfback for the run home.
We act like he's committed treason. He played awful and scored 51, which is
against Souths. My deceased nan
scored 14
could probably
points.
score 51.
They scored 14 points. We honestly act like he has joined the Taliban and done one of those ISIS videos where they behead people on live stream. Look, he scored 50 points. It's not great, but it just stings more when Cleary gets 110, 20 and Edwards gets 95. It's fine.
Lewis Dodd looked better, mate. Lewis Dodd looked better.
Lewis Dodd
Dodd fans.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the YouTube censoring is going to be doing fucking hard work trying to get around the ISIS mentions on the podcast tonight. So hopefully it skips that one.
We just won't make money from tonight's episode.
Yeah, it's all good. Harry Grant tops the list in this one. Eggs on our face a little bit with saying Connor Watson over him. on the run home. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were looking for a hooker. 55 for Watson, 113 for Grant. Brayley, again, a lot of people jumped on Brayley this week. He only got in the 60s, I think it was, or 59. He got downgraded. Death taxes and a Brayley downgrade. So Harry Grant reminding us that, he could be the guy on the run home. But again, it's one of those ones this week, isn't it, where you're not going to go and predict that he's going to go and do that every single week. But he's the ceiling guy at hooker.
I just know for a fact that we're going to get to February next year, and we're going to do our hooker preview, and we're going to say, "Oh shit, Harry Grant averaged like 75 for the run home, like last 10 rounds of the season." And we start.
He's Harry Grant's cheap this year,
but he won't be because he's going to jack his price up on the run home.
I guarantee it. Watson's kind of stunk a little bit, and Brayley we sort of weren't keen on the buy. So yeah, Grant's done well, and Grant will continue to do well. A lot of people in the chat asking about Eli Katoa. A lot of people on social media asking about Eli Katoa. I think we dig into his numbers without Hughes, and they were absolutely fine. I think it was like
79.2.
70 something, yeah, high 70s. So, and that was over like an 8-game sample, nothing major, but yeah, no cause for concern. I think you're just in a bit of a downturn of variance for Eli Katoa, which is not great. 36 points dropped out for me. Don't know about you boys. I would imagine he probably dropped out for Hughes as well. Oh, not you. You had Jerome Hughes.
I had Hughes.
Braino, but I think everyone probably had him drop out.
Because Marky Mark got a nice little upgrade there if you played him, so that would have been handy. No panic stations on Katoa. Hughes out for the season. They're the only real talking points, I think, for the Storm. I know people were looking at Xavier Coates as a pod, 35, no good there. Talk to me about Marky Mark, Matty, and what you think the reason is that his scoring's dropped off and why the answer is Sam Walker doesn't know that there's a right side of the field.
I was at a funeral. I was about 300 beers deep, so I didn't see any of it. But I mean the thing that happened that was different was Sam Walker's come into the team and Mark started scoring poorly. I think that's the long and the short of it. Sam Walker probably does a bit more in the halves than the halves that they've got. He is handling, not just getting it out to the wing or the center or wherever Mark's playing as quickly as possible. Which, I mean, if I was an borderline NRL halfback, I would be getting the ball to our best players, but Sam Walker, does a bit more with it, which is evident in both his score and honestly Mark's score.
And look, obviously, it's a tactic for Walker to target Tupous in the air, which they haven't really done anywhere near as much as they should have this year. So it's probably good that they've started doing that tactically for the Roosters. But yeah, in saying that for us and Marky Mark in our team, it's not ideal. Angus Crichton with a 53 as well. Not really ideal there either for him. But that's pretty much it from this game, really, isn't it? Sandon Smith got knocked out. He'll miss next week. Probably would have missed next week anyway because Hugo Savala comes back in. So you can probably go back to expecting DNPs from Sandon there. Just ruined a few VC loops for a few people. There was a lot of points scored this weekend. Let's go into the 72-point game between the Cowboys and the Dragons. 38-32 the Cows get up. Nearly fumbled this one at the end, Josh. Dragons had a nice little comeback there, but Tom Dearden, your boy. It might be a fair while between drinks, but a couple of 160s isn't too bad.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. I really wish I jumped on the week that I did recommend. 2 tries, 2 try assists, 3 line breaks, 2 line break assists, 1 offload, 5 tackle busts, 8 runs, and 34 tackles. A lot of tackles for a halfback. 165 for him was absolutely unreal. 91 for Drinkwater as well. Big thing is he was kicking over Duffy. That was sort of the concern heading into this game, whether Duffy would kick, but it was Drinky. Unspectacularly. He was the talking point. 91 points at halftime, finished on 93, downgraded to 91. So effectively a 0-point second half. The Drinkwater Express. This is the experience.
Yep. It was like the week that I captained him when he got 130 and he was on 21 at halftime and scored 110 in the second half. Like this is what he does. And it's very similar to Reece Walsh, and I own both. And I'm really questioning my life choices. Riding the Walsh and Drinky train at the same time. Not a fun thing to do. No. He was good though. 90. We'll take 91. Owners will take 91. Everybody VCing would need a little bit more, Matty, than 91 to take that. So that's how we ended
Josh
up
might be the only person in the country to find something negatively to say about a 91 this week. Geez, you just hate.
I don't think owners are happy either. Just quietly. There's a
I'm
lot of
pretty
outrage.
Nah, I'm pretty happy. The only thing outraged I was about this game was I somehow hoped that both of them could lose. And there had to be a winner. So set the timer 14 minutes and 45 seconds before I've shat on the Cowboys for the first. Cool.
Best thing about a Dragons loss is the Jean Paul content that we get, which is always refreshing to see. For the Cows, not much. Your boy Nanai, 56 with a try is
fraudulent.
Gross. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very gross. And that's really the extent. Jackson Purdu is 55, and that's about it. For the Dragons, Gutho, 59 points off the back of 100 points last week. And that's about it. David Clemmer, 77. Oh, sorry, Jacob Little with 101. 2 tries, 2 line breaks, a effective offload, 4 tackle busts. So shout out to anyone that owns Jacob Little. But yeah, Corey Allen with the 72. I know that you were very stoked in drafts, Braino.
Yeah, still didn't get me a win though, sadly. Brent knocked me off this week in draft because I ended up playing too short because I forgot to change my team. So that was good. I made the right streaming decisions over getting Corey Allen in. But yeah, that's the only time I'll ever cheer for him. Jaden Sewer, probably season over, I would say, would that look like a high ankle?
I think Cariana's confirmed season over for him, which is not good.
So yeah, they just lose another back rower, which is just brutal. You pointed out some deep analysis on some really good pieces of defense from the Dragons on your Instagram. What is it, Jack DeBellin?
Yeah, it was Jack DeBellin sort of like crab walks to the side and then just like stops and then turns in, and then you watch him like blow up at like the person inside him. It's the best. He just lets I think it's Laybut just waltz straight.
Yeah,
Go back and watch Jack Laybut's try. We do have a super chat from Ryan Hammond, $7.99. Would you rather wear a shirt too small or pants too small? And I'm talking like way too small. If you go back and look at some of my Facebook posts from like circa 2010 to 2012, there was some tight pants happening there. So I don't know. I would probably go shirt.
I'd pick shirt too. I'm also thinking like, how do you sit down in really, really tight pants? Be super uncomfortable.
Not good.
How do you reach something really high from the shelf in a really tight shirt? No, it's still shirt for me as well.
It's also shirt for me. Unanimous. Thank you for the contribution, Ryan Hammond, friend of and supporter of the show. This game was a game.
Yep, it was, and that's pretty much where we leave it. I don't think I'm going to be recommending anybody buy anyone from either of these teams because we have no trades. That's also why. But you're not buying them from these two. You're buying them from good teams. So, speaking of good teams, Parramatta Eels, fuck, how good were they?
Big up the Eels.
I say it as a joke. Matty's left the chat. He's gone. He's already sick of the Broncos slander. In a serious note, the Eels played probably their best game of the year in this game, and Mitchell Moses was outstanding. Like ball on the foot, like he had it on a string, Matty.
Do you think that Mitchell Moses, people can't do what Mitchell Moses does with the boot, but Mitchell Moses just just showed the blueprint as to how to beat Reece Walsh, basically. Like just little kicks in behind, gave him no space. I think the Broncos were poor, and I do think that the Eels probably played their best game of the year. But Mitchell Moses just makes such a difference to this Eels outfit.
He does. Obviously, that was the reason we were all so high on Lomax, even last week, saying that Moses was a week away, like get him now. So he's gone, a couple of really nice scores back-to-back, so he's been solid. But we'll talk about the Broncos first. Paddy Carrigan.
Before we do go Supercoach stats, is Mitchell Moses the NRL's most valuable player? And I'm not saying best, but I'm talking purely most valuable player.
I think he's shown that in his effect in Origin. And also just how bad the Eels are when he's not there. And I don't know whether that says more around the rest of the Eels squad or about him, but I reckon he's close. I don't know. You'd have to let me think about it a little bit more because I reckon there's definitely some more influential players in the league, but he's top 3. He'd have to be top 3 without thinking.
Yeah, Yeah, cool. Broncos, yeah, Reece Walsh. The highs and lows, because I thought we were getting the 80-pointer, and it was taken away, correctly taken away. I see some people online that were like, "Oh, it's bullshit." It wasn't bullshit. It was offside. It was just annoying because we own him.
Yeah. Is what it is. I mean, Carrigan and Haas, I guess, were the talking... Well, Carrigan, maybe more so than Haas, was the talking point last week around 2RF purchases. 63, some people went with him. It is meat and potatoes, but that's exactly what you're going to get from him. No lower than 60 and probably no higher than 80. But you can lock in that score every single week and not really have to worry too much. As a Nanai owner, I would love some Carrigan in my team, just some stability. But he was solid. Payne Haas 60. People were a little bit worried about this ankle, Matty. Have you seen any? I haven't actually seen any update on this at all, but I'm assuming this is going to be a week-to-week kind of thing, and there's probably almost a guarantee he gets a rest at some point in the run home.
Yeah, I tried to erase this game from my memory, but I just looked it up then. Michael Maguire just come out and said Payne's okay. He's got a bit of a temperamental body at the moment, and all of this will be managed. So it's not like they come out and ruled him out or anything. Give some alarm bells, but I think I'd rather play Payne Haas on one leg than, I don't know, say an AFB or somebody like that at the moment. So I mean, it's not great news, but at least everybody owns Payne Haas. And actually, you guys were trying to say, if you're going to antipod someone and you don't own Payne Haas, it could probably be Payne Haas, and you were probably right. So you won't hear me say that very often.
That we're right, or that you can antipod Payne Haas?
Both.
Okay, fair.
Very special circumstances for both those things.
Yeah, but also, I mean, look, you're not trading Payne Haas out. Not at that level where we think that he's going to be that poor on the run home. It's a risky proposition. But yeah, if you're in the 12% of top teams that don't have Payne Haas, I wouldn't be going out of my way to buy him. That's for sure.
Even if you had the trades to trade him out, I can't think of any front row forward off the top of my head who I would trade him to. That's the thing.
And the 2RFs are dismal unless you can use Jules to get a centre wing. That's like the only scenario that I'd probably trade him Yeah, that's probably the only scenario I'd play it out. Let's talk Eels very quickly because it's only really Lomax that put up a score in this one. 99 for him. If you don't have him, must have.
Yep.
Imagine who would not own him?
He's definitely not close to 80%. I'm pretty sure he'd be like 60, 65. Let me check.
It's not fun.
You don't know?
No. Because I just never could get on, and I can't get on now. I don't have the money to get on him, so I'm just death watching him every week, which is never
72.6 in the top 10%. So
that needs to be a lot higher. So if you don't have him, get him.
How many trades do you need to have to make that work, to feel good about it? Just use your last one to get him in.
I would.
Yes.
Look, you look at their draw is amazing. Like they've got hang on, let me quickly bring it up here. They've got Melbourne next week, who are quite leaky to wingers. That's where they leak their tries.
Super just drop like nearly.
Yeah. And then after next week, they've got the Cowboys, Souths, Roosters, Warriors, Knights. The final 5 rounds. So could be a handy guy to have, nearly a must in your head-to-head finals if you're there. Otherwise, Eels really not putting their hand up as options at all. On the run home, prop good with a 53. How do you feel about that?
It
doesn't move the needle for you. Let's go on to Warriors and Titans then. Hey, 24-16. Titans get the upset in this one at Warriors in New Zealand. Obviously, no one picked this. If you tip this in your tipping comp, send us the lotto numbers. Thoughts on this one, Matty, first of all? Titans were great, and Jaden Campbell's probably played his best game in his career, I reckon, or borderline.
I think Warriors got absolutely not bailed out by Lika Halasima last week, but bailed out by Lika Halasima last week. Like, they were 0 seconds away from losing to the Knights and just lost to the Titans. The second Metcalf went down, the Warriors were cooked. But I don't want to take too much away from the Titans. They beat a poor Warriors team and probably did their best showing of the year, and probably one of the best games I've seen JC play. He was unreal. He ripped and teared.
Yeah, he was solid. Josh, what are your thoughts here?
Sorry, did you say the Titans won?
Yeah,
Who was their lock?
Cleese Haas.
Oh, I can't see Tina Famulari in this team. Oh, okay. No, all good.
It's because
all
they
right,
won.
No, that's it. It's okay.
Aaron Clark, revenge game.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Cannibal.
Big up to Phil Sabi. I think there's a big Phil Sabi cult in our live streams on a Wednesday. So good to see him get 108. Jojo Fafita with an 86. And big ups to Jalen DeGroot. Big 17-pointer in 80 minutes. So Mr. Work Rate.
Just a battler, isn't he?
Yeah. Jermaine Jolliffe played really well. Like he was unreal this game. So shout out to him too. But from a Supercoach standpoint, yeah, it was all JC. He was unbelievable. 2 try assists, 4 goals, 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist, 1 ineffective, 1 effective offload, 7 tackle busts, which was really, really good, and an interception, which we always love to see on the stat sheet. For the Wars, yeah, they were a bit shit. Leka Halasima, once again, I think he scored 7 tries in 8 games or 6 tries in 7 games, something like that. 86 points for him. He top scored for the Warriors. So the question becomes, I'm seeing a lot of people buy Leka Halasima. Obviously, the 3 of us are huge vibes guys. I think if your season's in the trash, he's a must buy.
Yeah, he's a vibes pick. Absolute vibes pick, and if you don't really care, I mean, the Warriors have a nice draw, and if you think he can keep scoring tries, go for it. But it's funny, isn't it, Matty? I said Leka Halasima, he scored 5 tries in 6 weeks. He's only ever had 1 game above 80, so no, he's a fade. And what does he do? Go out and score 86. I swear these players listen. They listen to me.
Big fans.
Yeah. Big fans of the pod. Nico Hines, I said that he's not an option anymore. Goes out and gets 130. Or can't go big scores anymore. Gets 130. So I nearly put the jinx on Viliami Kikau. Got the anti-curse out this afternoon. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Thoughts here? Because you had RTS, didn't you?
Yeah, we had RTS. But I seem to recall a conversation. So your 2RF, I was talking to you on the way to work. Your 2RF debacle this week. You're like, oh, who do I bring in for 2RF? And I said, oh, I don't know, like Leka Halasima. And you're like, nah, we can't do that. No chance.
That sounded exactly like me as well.
Yeah. That's what you sound like after 30 Winnie Blues. But
mid gym session, because that's usually when you call me. You're on the way to work. I'm training. Vibe pick. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck 79 as well. That left wing's obviously going to be the place to be, I guess, for the Wars with Chanel Harris-Tavita controlling that side, and obviously with Tanner Boyd on the other side. I just feel like DWZ's just not going to get anywhere near as good ball on the right. So if you're going to take a punt on a Warrior, it's got to be Roger. Otherwise, yeah, there's really not much else to like here. Aaron Clark with the 59. Unders, Josh? A little bit unders on what we'd expect. Minutes down as well.
Yeah, I think it's just par for the course. Like, minutes are going to get managed moving forward. Like, there's just, some big motors there. Jackson Ford played 74 minutes. Murata Corey played 60, which is sort of 10 points above where he's been sitting on an edge. Dimitri played nearly 40, and Tomato Martin. Like, the rotation was out, which does have some concern. Wade Egan only played 13 minutes. So when Clark's only playing 50, probably shows you that there is more to these calf strains than what is being, led on by Andrew Webster.
Yeah, fair call. We're in a position now, I guess, where sadly a lot of these big men, these front row forwards, props, locks, they played massive minutes and have overachieved a lot throughout this season so far. So I think you said it maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago that we can probably expect a bit of a downturn from some of these guys that have gone big at front row forward over the last, 4 months. It's been a big season.
Yeah, it's just a massive workload to go through. So something to worth note for next year. I'll be absolutely starting with Payne Haas and Tarome, but probably just worth having lower expectations in the back end of the season.
Yeah, fair call. Let's move on to the next one very, very quickly because I really don't want to talk about it. Penrith 36, Tigers 2, Mattrix. Give us your thoughts so we can move on.
The score probably didn't show how good the Tigers probably were in the first 15 to 20 minutes. It was a bit of an arm wrestle, and then the floodgates just opened. Panthers just showed too much class, honestly. And Isaiah Yeo try assist. after we all said not to bring him in this week. I love that for the first try of the game. I think there was a Lindsay Smith double in there as well. Really, really good for the boys on the pod. No, Panthers just too good, and could the Panthers win the comp? Like I know that like the Tigers aren't the team to be talking about straight afterwards, but could they? They look great.
Hazard's asking the same question. Thanks for the donation, mate. Who's winning the comp and why is it Penrith?
Yeah, I think so.
I could say I'd say yes, and I genuinely reckon they're a chance. They timed it perfectly. I think they're into 5th or 6th now. Like, good spot to be. Momentum, pretty much fully fit for the most part. Like, it's the competition needs to be very worried about Penrith now coming into form. Josh, I don't know about you, and you're a bit of a detached Tigers fan. Maybe I've still got a little bit more hope, but you said you gave up a few years ago, which is completely fair.
It came back at the start, like the first 5 weeks, it came back.
Yeah,
and now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
How can I help?
Oh no, I was just asking whether you're finally at a point. We've defended Benji for a very long time, and we've said, give him time, but this was like such a badly coached game. Like, there were so many decisions that they made from a coaching standpoint in this game for the Tigers. You're just thinking, like, why? What is going on? Are we done with the Benji experiment now?
No, I'm like Benji in, but he needs to have good assistant
support.
Coaches. Yeah. Like, it can't be a boys' club. Look, I'm still firm on Benji, and I think he brings a whole lot to the club. But I think he needs some tacticians behind him. What's John Morris doing? Genuine question.
Yeah.
Get him around. But I think guys like that. Guys like Jason Demetrio, John Morris. I don't know if Justin Holbrook. Get Justin Holbrook back. Like people like that, like they probably weren't good enough to be head coaches. And I think Benji's of a similar ilk. But like good footy minds that can definitely help out tactically. So I still think Benji provides a lot for the club. Like, I don't think we get Terrell. I don't think we get Luai. I don't think we get Sinead Taruva. If Benji
it's the recruitment. Yeah, it's the recruitment side of things that has been a big benefit for us because people just love Benji as a bloke. That doesn't win your footy games though. So yeah, you're probably right. He needs the right support around him. It's not, you can't get all these ex-Tigers players and think that bringing the 2005 Premiership team together in the coaching department is going to do the job. So
I saw some Dragons fans say they should do that. I think it was Jake Matt Mercado, or like, I don't know, some Bosch free player that was like, oh, get Gaznia as the attacking coach and like Hornby as the defensive coach. I'm like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's worked really well for the Tigers. So good signs. Look, Terrell May's he's a beast, but that's where it ends. I think for the Tigers, no option there to look at for me, in my opinion. Nathan Cleary is the easiest replacement ever of Jerome Hughes next week. I have $97,000 in the bank and I was sweating it. Trying to work out break-evens to work out whether I can afford him, and I can get there by about 15K.
Couple more points in Newark.
I was in all.
Just wait, let me check. I got 110. I'm good. Heart started.
I would have had to have gone back on my Hudson Young trade-in if the numbers weren't there. But they were, so it was fine. But yeah, easy trading. Dylan Edwards, 85, could have been 185 with the way this game was going as well. But Nathan Cleary getting the goal kicking, Matt, he's obviously just the big green tick. I probably would have bought him without the goal kicking personally, but now is the only option really. You've just got to get him in if you don't have him.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably the difference between what would it have been a Dylan Edwards got downgraded to 85 to a Dylan Edwards 105 basically in this one, or 100 in this one. Like, yeah, it's just so valuable, especially when the Panthers are playing this good footy, and he's just going to get that extra 20 points, and he's somebody that kind of like Nico, and I don't want the comparison to be Nico, but when Cleary has a bad game, he still scores 60. Like,
yeah, no, I agree. Shout out to Matt in the chat. Mattrix get his woolen jumper from Brokeback Mountain. It might be the first show that Matt's seen for a while, because I reckon you wear that once a fortnight. It's a go-to.
Yeah, big fan of this jumper.
But yeah, Ivan's just cucked us, hasn't he? Ivan's absolutely screwed it. And he made me look like a mug, because people messaged me like, who's kicking? And I was like, oh, Edwards. Ivan said so. Yeah.
Well, Ivan said that Cleary's not going to kick this, like black and white. Cleary won't kick this week, and he comes out and kicks. It's like, come on, mate. Look after the super coaches. He probably owns Nath in his team. and
Well,
sort of get the leg up.
I captained in fantasy, and that's actually like the only platform I care about right now. So happy with that. Ranked 300th in fantasy out of 210,000. So we're gonna ride that into the bank, boys. So might start putting up my fantasy rank at the back end of the season.
Yeah, I might have to swap to AFL. That's pretty much where we're at this year. Isaiah Yeo, Matty, funnily enough, we were talking about obviously him as an option, and we said he was at the bottom of the list. We talked about it like 10 or 11 2RFs. We said, no, we're the least fan of him so far in the comp, right, to buy this week. And he put Lindsay Smith through a hole, and you messaged me and you said you actually laughed out loud when that happened.
I think I spat out my Carlton dry.
Oh, fucking how good. Another person who listens to the pod. We love it. We love it when the boys listen. That's pretty much it for these guys. Let's move on to Rabbits and Sharks. Fraud game of the week. Trap game of the week. Trap game of the year, I reckon this could have been. But it pretty much confirms what we've been saying about the Sharks for the last 4 years, is that when it really matters, they fold like a deck of cards. But normally it goes the opposite way, Josh. Normally they would absolutely beat down a bottom feeder team and then lose to a top 6 team. They couldn't even do that this time around.
Yeah, no, they're not good. Yeah, they're a football team. They're a football team. In saying that, and this is going to be so much copium, but on another game, Hines has won 31-40. Has 2 try assists, fucked. Has a try, fucked. Like, copium alert. Another day, it's 140. And we're sitting here with 1,500 points, being like, oh, we're a chance of like the top prize. So, but no, this game was this was a stinker.
Yeah, it could have been, it could have been anything this game in terms of they should have blown him out by 40. Realistically, with where the Rabbitohs are at, but it just felt like the Rabbitohs wanted it more. They didn't get over the line, but they just wanted it more. They had a lot of guys that wanted to prove a point, and the Sharks came into it complacent. But
they need some more Ryan Grays.
Yeah,
63 tackles.
Yeah, and with a score of 64, what a gun!
63 tackles, two hit-ups.
Craziness. Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, that's probably what his job was. And to be fair, Wayne Bennett coached hookers never do anything in attack. So, I mean, it's coached out of them. Even Jeremy Marshall-King took a regression when Wayne Bennett coached him. So, yeah, he was just told, don't you dare take one step out of hooker. You just pass the ball off the deck and tackle anything that moves, pal. So that's exactly what happened. Can we talk? We don't like to ref bash, but can we talk about this game as the worst officiated game in NRL history?
I'd have to think, but
it's fucking close, man.
This was fucking terrible.
We'll call it a top 5 worst ref game in NRL history. Like the amount of blunders and just bad calls. Like I reckon there must have been a focus this weekend on forward passes, Matty, because I feel like 15 were called. And in previous weeks, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they were bad calls. Some were, but good shout, Jay. Big Ant giving a free copy of Rugby League 26 to Belinda Sharp for taking a little heat off them. That's a comment of the night so far, I reckon. There's been some good ones too. For me, there must have been a big refereeing focus, officiating focus this weekend around forward passes. Because it wasn't just this game, it was nearly every game this weekend that there were some questionable forward passes called that just were flat line balls that never get called any other game but this week. Matty, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there must have been a crackdown. I don't know, like, Belinda was ordinary, but the players out on this field didn't do them any favours. I thought Rabbitohs did a crack with not much talent, had a real crack with not much talent on the park, if I can say anything about them.
Yeah. And
like they did have a crack. Like,
absolutely did.
I don't know. Like, if you miss this game, do not add Tavita to the Hauler next week. He is cooked.
Yeah, popped his shoulder out. Another shoulder. Fuck, it's got to be a record for shoulder dislocation, surely. This year, there's been a few of them. Or a few maybe big profile players have done shoulders. So, Lockie Hubner wheels up. Probably the only guy left. I'm surprised Jai Arrow played. Apparently he played under a pretty ordinary injury or illness or something like that. So, but anyway, That is the Rabbitohs. Ronaldo Mulatalo, what a purchase, 91. He leads the Bolter Bet sweepstakes against Sione Katoa with a 45. So I've got 46 points on you in round one, and I guarantee you next week it'll be the other way around.
I'll take a 45 with no attack. I think that's pretty good.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, jumped on him last week, or this weekend, so that was fun, and I'm sure I'm going to be riding an 11 at some point to go with the 90, and he'll end up averaging out at about 50. Let's move on to today's games. Raiders 44, Knights 18, absolutely flogged them. I guess the Knights held in for a while there, but they just got ran all over at the end there in this one. Matty Timoko going massive, 128, Fogarty 93, Huddy Young 91. Wait for updates there. He's got a couple of questionable line break assists or try contributions there that one might get pulled back. So we'll see. We'll see how that maps out.
I just want to give a shout out to at Earl EAJ, who also goes by Cost of Living on Twitter, who just tagged us. He had Captain Matt Timoko.
No way.
He got big nuts.
That
went. Yeah,
amazing.
You can briefly see it, but yeah, Captain Matt Timoko.
Well done.
What a guy.
Very well done. Yeah, elite. Raiders have a nice draw on the run home. They got that round 24 bye, I think it is.
Yeah, there's a bye coming.
We said earlier, Nathan, or who do we get for Jerome Hughes if you've already got Nathan Cleary? Josh, you said Jamal Fogarty. Probably the next in line, I guess, maybe if you needed a halfback, but it's kind of where it ends, really.
Yeah, sure. Like halfback. It's Hines, Cleary, and Hughes, and then the rest. But yeah, 93 for Fog, 2 try assists, 2 try contributions, 8 goals, 1 line break assist. It's a score. Yeah, that's really it. Joe Tarpany.
Yeah, Tarpany 50. Yeah. What did he play for? Less than 50 minutes again? 45 minutes again, or something? Yeah. Not good.
No.
Knights, Dane Gagai. And Kai Pearce-Paul. Sorry, we shouldn't skip past your boy Kai Pearce-Paul. 88. He scored a try this week. Yeah.
West Tigers legend.
Future West Tigers Hall of Famer. I mean, he's been good. BP's always been there for him, and he got the attack this week. But Dane Gagai last 3 weeks, 104, 93, 86 at fullback. Apparently, have you got centre wing trades?
They declined his player option at 400k, offered him 300 because they thought he wouldn't move, and Gagai called their bluff. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll move.
Yeah, okay. I mean, seems like a guy that's just going to, if no one offers him, you'd be silly not to offer him a contract, but he just seems like a Super League guy. If he doesn't get what he wants this year, he'll just go and get some money for a bit before he retires.
Go get a golden boot.
As Jason Tigers need Gagai is the opposite of what we need.
It'd be like us buying Braithen Astor at the end of his career, Adam Blair. That'd be that signing because he just turned to mud.
Super League legend Jacob Gagai is what Tigers need.
And Greg Marju, Matty, got 54 for you. I thought he was on for a big one.
Me too.
With a try as well.
Yeah, went across untouched, and then it was going, the flow of the game seemed to be going that way as well. It's just that the Knights suck is probably the worst part of this.
Yeah.
I love Barry Tui. I love all the insight that Barry Tui gives, but about a week ago someone said, oh, fuck, Best really cuts out Marley, doesn't he? And Barry Tui was like, no, Best has been really good this year, giving good ball to Marzu. Yeah,
oh yeah.
And second, the first game that Best doesn't play, Marzu crashes over.
Yeah.
So as if this surely this is the lowest BP game we've seen from Marju in a long time, and he's done this twice now in the last month.
Was him normally at half time in BP. Now he's getting a try with a line break
and a forced dropout, mind you. So there's 33 points there in attack. So what's that? 21 points in BP.
He's got a forced dropout. I didn't realize.
Yep, got a forced dropout, 4 tackles, 3 tackle breaks.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the
20 points in runs.
All of their scores came in the first 45 minutes of the game because they didn't touch it to the next 35.
Yeah, 100%.
And they stood over the post a lot.
Yeah,
they did. They absolutely did. Let's have a chat about the last one as well. Another 40-point flogging, the 42-4 Bulldogs against Manly. I don't know about you, but I just enjoy when Manly get flogged for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just maybe the team that I just dislike. So I'm not going to be upset about watching them get flogged.
They're no St. George or the Cowboys, but I get it.
Pretty poor. pretty poor from Lachlan Garvin today. You know, lowest Supercoach score out of the entire Dogs backline with a 60. Needs to be better, I think.
Fuck, he was actually really good. I think he's like starting to settle into their system now, isn't he? Yeah. So he's going to be a dangerous guy to watch, I think. Even next year, once he settles into a role and has a full preseason under his belt at the Dogs, I reckon he's going to be a guy we'll be talking about in the preseason as a 5'8" to start with, especially on the price and seeing how he finishes this year. But Matty Burton, the 5'8", 119. Still no goal kicking from him, though. Stephen Crichton got 64, kicking 28 points in goals in this one. So no BP for old Stephen Crichton. Carraz, 114 with a double. Kind of what we wanted to see last week when we all fucking captained him.
7 offloads, nice. Just by the way.
So he's going to up...
About 130 at least.
Yeah, guaranteed. There's an extra, 14 points right there. So
Plus, he gets a couple of tackle busts here and there.
Handy. Bronson Sherry with the double as well. He was awesome. He was very good in this one after getting absolutely double fly kick to the face. Yeah. Yeah, that was nasty. I'm actually surprised he didn't get ruled out in that. Connor Tracy with the 109 as well. So 4 big hundreds there for the Dogs. Philly Army Kickou's about to update a fair bit, you'd naturally think as well. We were talking about this before we come on.
Yeah, we can have this Philly Army Kickout chat. With about 30 minutes of this game to go, Philly Army Kickout was sitting on a solid 29. And I get a notification from at SC Brain saying Kickout is a fraud. And one Aman Talks replied, he is. He then went on to score 50 points in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. You talk about it a lot, right? The anti-curse.
The anti-curse.
And I've now caught on to when you're doing it, because you'll put it on Twitter or you'll put it out on socials or you'll flick it in a chat, and because I know you own them, right? And they'll be on 20 or whoever it is on 27 saying, why the fuck did I get this guy? He's so shit. So I'm going to trade him out. He's a fraud. And then they always come good. And I thought, I'm going to test this theory. And it honestly is incredibly accurate how good a player goes when you talk shit about him.
It's a win-win though. And this is like, people are like, oh my God, you have heaps of followers at SC Whisperer. You must be really good at content. No, you play the game. You tweet out, Kickout sucks. And then if he sucks, you go, see, told you.
Yeah.
But when he doesn't, you go, just
anti-curse.
Curse.
Yeah. Finished on 83 with... what's he got to come? 4 offloads. So at least another 4 to come. What's that? Another 8 points. So he should get up into the 90s after he updates.
He's also been absolutely robbed of a try contribution when he turned Zeri under and he went under. The post.
Yeah, they gave that to Hudson Young. Why can't they give that to Kickout? Robbed.
I reckon thanks to Hudson Young. Someone check his team.
Yeah, fuck. How many times do you see that on socials every single week? I reckon thanks to Owns, insert player 8.
He laughs at this point.
Yeah, he'd love it. It'd happen every week. Tom Trebojevic, Matty, 72. 4 weeks ago we were looking for a centre wing and you wrote down on a piece of paper, Tom Trebojevic is only 550k. You still have that there? In your book?
Yep. Turbo averages 75 at centre. That was actually the last note I made. So
about a month ago. It's good.
I've actually put a recipe for my grandma's curried sausages there as well. But anyway, big ups for Turbo.
2 most important things: Turbo's averaging at centre wing and family recipes of curried sausages.
Yeah. And I'm sure on somewhere in that book it says Dylan Lucas's value lies at centre wing. Somewhere there, guaranteed.
Connor Weir.
It says RTS is 3.8% owned as well, just in case you wanted to know some notes.
Connor Weir's worked out the curse. He was annoyed at RTS and called him out as a fraud. Seconds later, he scored.
It works.
He's going to put negativity into the universe.
It absolutely works, 100%. So anybody, when I start talking shit about a player, you're probably going to know what I'm doing now. But it works. Give it a go. Other than that, nothing really else to mention here. Hamoliola Kawatu, 24, season's over. Popped his shoulder out again, just kind of outstretched arm on a attempted tackle and just fucking popped it straight out. Looked in all sorts. So that was the injury risk that we spoke about on Wednesday night, sadly, is that the injury risk was I think anywhere from 20 up to 50%. I think I saw something, physio said that he was wearing some sort of brace that Cleary had last year, and if he cops a bad knock, it's all over. So sadly that happened this week, Matty.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough, and it's really hard for the people that didn't have many trades, had Keon injured, and decided to bring in bringing this guy. I suppose for some of us who have saved some trades, you probably got to be, pretty happy about the prospect of moving forward if you didn't own him. But yeah, it's rough for owners.
But also, like, with people like, oh, why the heck? Because Jamie Carragher said 4,400 trading him in, and people are like, why would you buy him this week? But it didn't matter if you bought him this week, next week, week 27. Like, the injury risk was always going to be high. It's not something like a muscle that repairs.
Yeah, it's not a
over
hammy.
time. It was.
Yeah, usually like soft tissue injuries, the first 2 weeks, you're an elevated chance, and then it drops the more games you get through.
Now was the time to buy it, because if you wait too long, I think we said this on Wednesday, like, if you wait too long, you're going to be out of trades. So at least if you bought him now, you can rectify it.
Yeah. How many trades you got left?
Me, I've got 4.
Matty, you got 5, don't you?
I got 5, yeah.
Yeah, I've got 4 as well. I'll use one trade to go, probably Hughes to Cleary. I mean, I think...
I've still got Keon, so I need to work out what I'm doing with him.
Yeah, okay. Look, I guess we're at a point where I think you're just using your trades on injuries now, really. Like, unless you've got 8+ trades,
I'm done.
or maybe even 6+ trades, like, there's absolutely no... Yeah, we're going to get cooked over the next month. It's going to be brutal.
Yeah, but we've got 4 or 5 injuries that could happen, and you just run the gauntlet, because we have some pretty stacked teams. Like, I was looking at my center wings, like, Greg Marju is going to get sat most weeks. Like, there's some pretty good players in there, even on buys. So, yeah, I mean, we're set up. We just need to pray and hope that less than 5 people get injured.
With Dave Fafita being potentially ruled out for the season, dual position turbo next year and 480k for Fafita.
Lock it in, Eddie.
Yep, round
Send
1,
it.
of course.
Yep. Most owned. 2 most owned. Josh, away from NRL for a second, mate. Insight podcasts have grown another leg. EPL SuperCoach has now been officially brought out. So you want to give us a bit of a rundown on what you're doing over the next 38 weeks?
Far out. Yes, I was planning on having a very, very coasty, nice off-season, but EPL SuperCoach has been announced. As you guys know, I'm a big round-the-ball aficionado, as is AFL's SC Deadly. So we have launched Talking Tactics, your weekly weekly EPL SuperCoach podcast. First episode drops tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, small space. I think it's going to be nice to test some stuff out. But yeah, Talking Tactics, it'll be on YouTube here if you're watching. Just search Talking Tactics, EPL SuperCoach. It should come up in your podcast feeds. But yeah, we'll be dropping an episode every week, basically now until the start of June. Don't know how I signed up for that, but sure. But also, there's way more things happening over at Insight. There's Ball Logic, obviously our NBA podcast. That's going to be talking about all things regular NBA fantasy. But Little Birdie tells me that SuperCoach may be adding an NBA leg. It's pretty much confirmed they're adding an NFL leg. So, yeah, Insight is growing by the day. We're covering all SuperCoach sports and all major sports as well. So, yeah, make sure you're following. And make sure you're following all of the other podcasts that we're doing all under the Insight banner. So, it's going to be a huge off season, which
There's
is
no such thing.
Now just a
No such
full-time thing.
Welcome.
Yeah, I don't think Matty's had a day off in about 3 years since we started the podcast due to NBL. So I used to enjoy my 2 months off between NRL and BBL finishing, and now I don't get that because I'm doing NBA this year. Matty's got NBL on top of that. So, yeah.
And I'm doing NBA as well still.
The good thing with NBA is we've got a deep roster of like 7 contributors, including me, including us 3. There's a couple of AFL boys. So NBA is going to be a bit of a running show, but yeah, NBL for you is a big slot. There's BBL for Braino.
Yeah, we plan on NBA to be daily though. That's probably the hard thing. So yeah, that's why we got a few decks in the a few cards in the deck, I suppose. But yeah, pretty excited. There's heaps going on. Just keep growing.
I like the SuperCoach. Obviously, they've acquired the Dream Team Sports Deck platform. So obviously, for anybody who's played Dream Team before, it's got NRL, AFL. It's all the original SC sports, but it also has NBA and NFL in a SuperCoach Classic format, which is kind of cool. And then it's got like Grand Prix and shit in there.
Let me read them out. But there's 12 sports: AFL, NRL, which are not coming over. NBA, NFL, EPL, A-League, cricket, rugby. Oh, I can't wait to do Super Rugby.
Matty's got his Piastri McLaren shirt on in the podcast. There you go.
Can't wait to do Super Rugby, SuperCoach.
Mhm.
Grand
Yeah.
Prix. They don't have the rights for F1.
Yep.
Supercars. I can't wait to own Captain Chad Mostert every week. MotoGP. Is Casey Stoner still getting around? And the Euros, which I don't think is coming. So,
No.
Yeah.
And for anybody who Hamo asked in the chat, can we keep the World Cup though?
Not a
Not all
chance.
those sports. No way. Not a chance.
We're
We're
doing
adding
everything.
everything into the World Cup. No, otherwise it just goes for way too long. So we'll probably work out how we're going to do it. But
We'll do like five or six. It'd be good to open it up. Probably it depends. Like we'll probably do, what is that now? There's AFL, NRL,
4.
NBL,
Oh.
BBL. There's 5
That's
so
4.
far. There's 5 so far.
in the current World Cup.
Oh no, I'm talking about on the platform.
Oh yeah.
There's 5. I reckon
Wouldn't
if
you
we
go-
do like 6 or 7.
Wouldn't you do Australian and then international, maybe?
Look, you could. I mean, there's a few different ways you can go about it. Or I guess we'll probably reevaluate that next year because we've already got 60 odd people in the World Cup for this year that we've already kind of agreed to terms on. So we'll keep it where it is for now. But yeah, at the start of
couple of plugs. Has it one says isn't NBA Patreon too?
There
Absolutely.
sure is.
And then that leads into Matt saying he's an unlimited sub. He's going to match his unlimited potential. Become an unlimited subscriber. I'll be fully transparent with you guys. I'm a very hardcore FPL player. I would charge for FPL content. EPL Supercoach, I'm going in blind, so I don't feel it's worthy to charge you guys for EPL content. So we're not going to have one for there. But becoming an unlimited Patreon member gets you access to every sport that we do. And then Rod wants to know: are we doing any cash leagues for EPL or any other new SC formats? I've got some cash leagues for FPL, whether you want to play that or not. Maybe cash leagues for EPL. I think we're talking about that inside HQ at the moment. Whether we're going to do it and who's going to be holding the funds. And
We probably
he's divorcing his wife to keep up with all the new sports. Smart man.
That's logical. We probably will do a maybe one cash comp for EPL depending on the interest. It'll be like a generic $50 entry kind of comp. So we'll put out a post. Keep an eye out on socials. We'll put a post on there updating everybody on details on how you can get involved in cash leagues. There's only less than 3 weeks until the EPL season kicks off, so we don't really have heaps of time. Don't have a lot of time, so we'll keep an eye out on socials. We'll update you on there. And yeah, Lachlan said we got screwed out of the mix of this year for the fantasy championship. We absolutely did. Really disappointing. So hopefully it'll be back next year and we can get involved in that. But fuck, we've got enough going on at the moment. Might be a tournament that ends up maybe getting. I want to say politely removed from the Insight schedule.
He means
just purely because I am the one that organises it and collects the money and does the spreadsheets, and I can't be fucked. That's the genuine explanation for it. But yeah, lots happening at Insight. Lots happening. Obviously, NBA coming up. If you're a redraft person, you like NBA fantasy, category leagues, dynasty leagues, all that kind of stuff, we'll run them for NBA as well. So keep an eye out there. We've still got some time left, Matty.
The articles they're doing for NBA are unreal at the moment. Can I be honest?
Yeah, shout out to Flanders on the AFL pod. I think right now they're doing their wrap up for the week, and he's doing some awesome stuff, like all of the detail and the numbers that you're ever going to need for every single team, projected depth charts and where the minutes have gone to based on trades. But yeah, you can check all that out, and that's for free on Patreon. You just need to be a free member. So you can jump in the Patreon, join for free, and you get access to all of that, plus some extra stuff in there as well. And Josh,
in the description below.
It is. Do you want to bring your background up again? Because we missed.
Oh, we missed full screen. Okay.
Yeah, we missed your old.
I only did it for Rowan. So
we miss your old house, of course, and your cat. We don't see her too much, and the washing basket. So
yeah, so big
one of my favourites. Yeah, one of my favourites. I remember. I think that was part of because when I was running the green screen last year, I said I'll do a different green screen background every single day, and people said, "Hey, can you get Josh's background with his cat?" And his and I thought, okay, cool, and it's still there. Yeah. So happy
Good for me.
days. But the NFL boys were in the chat earlier as well. I think Mav was in the chat. So for any NFL fantasy people, redraft leagues are going live, I think, in the next few days. So
Yep.
Classic enthusiasts, by the sounds of it, as well.
yeah, well, I mean, the SuperCoach format of NFL is coming as well. I played it last year for the first time, and it's actually fucking really easy to play. So it's just guns and cheapies like SuperCoach.
It's actually really complex, and you need to listen to it's especially ours. It's a very tough platform to navigate. So.
Hey, I mean, you still need to get your trades right. So
If you say it's too hard, they won't join, Josh. Jesus. Shut up.
it's moderate. It is moderate. You will need some help. How about that?
It's easy, but you need to listen to our podcast.
Yeah. Nah, I'm sure the boys are, they've been doing heaps of redraft format for NFL, but I'm sure that they'll be doing some form of SuperCoach segment in their shows each week as well. So, it's all happening. It's all happening at Insight. Good fun. Redone the logo as well. Hopefully it looks a little bit nicer and people like it. So there's a lot more changes coming. You'll notice probably each individual show will have its own individual brand next year as well. So it won't just be Insight NRL show. Insight AFL will come up with some cool names like you've seen Talking Tactics for EPL and Ball Logic for NBA. So each show will have its own brand now. So we're trying to make some moves. So if you have any suggestions or any feedback for us, obviously hit us up on socials as well. But
if you're a website designer and you enjoy our stuff, please reach out to one of us three, preferably me, because I will take the lead on this. If you're a website designer,
that would be great.
And you can do content management, that side of things, reach out to us, please.
Cool. Love it. That'll do, I reckon. Have we had any updates?
No, I just refreshed. I was half waiting for them. I thought maybe we could talk shit until the updates
into the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing yet.
Disappointing. Oh, well, I get the full crown for the full episode. I actually didn't think I was going to hold on to it there, but I'm going to take it because it was clown into crown. So I'm probably going to go back to 5 weeks of being mid again, or 6 weeks of being mid to finish the year as the theme of the year. Guys, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for getting involved in the live chat. As always, there's only 6 weeks left, 6 rounds left of NRL SuperCoach. So we'll keep coming to you on Wednesdays and Sundays to talk all things NRL. Hit subscribe and like if you haven't yet. We'd appreciate that. It helps us get out the episode to more people. EPL fans, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, the first episode goes up. So Josh and Deadly ripping in. So go and check that out. But again, thanks for jumping on, guys. We will see you on Wednesday for the preview of round 22. We'll catch you then.
Cheerio.